Launching. Alright, I think I'm going to have to change my motor angle. I think I've got a little too much. Let's see. I was just gliding there and it was nosing down, so I put it into I just put it into gyro mode. So now let's see. Alright, so the motor's off. It does have a fast descent, so it looks like I'm a little bit nose heavy with these bigger motors on it. Alright, so let's see what the power's like. You can always fix the nose heavy issue. Not bad. Not as much power as it had with the higher kV motors, even though they were smaller motors with these props, but I should get much more flight time. And it looks like it has good power. It doesn't have unlimited vertical anymore, but it certainly has pretty good power. Still seems to be pulling it, you know, fairly speedy through the air. The rolls are still real nice. Looks like we can hover it. Keep it pointed into the wind. Yeah, I'd say we've got 6 to 8 on the wind out here today. I think these 1804s are going to work out fine. I think we'll check the battery after 5 minutes doing mixed mode flying, but it looks to me like these motors are going to provide the power that I like to see. It's not unlimited vertical, but you know, it climbs about pretty well. And we'll see how much flight time we end up with. And it's quiet. Isn't that quiet? I can't even hear the motors until I fly by myself. Now I could hear it right there. Otherwise I can't even hear the motors. It's very maneuverable. Spins right around, just about pivots in place. So the way it handles it still reminds me of the way it flew when it was stock, you know, the way you could just pivot around like that. Very effective rudder. I do have some tail ballast weight on it right now, and it still seems like it's a little nose heavy, so I think what I'm going to have to do, because I do like this setup, I think what I am going to have to do is I'm going to have to create a battery bay in the center of it rather than having it in the front, so I won't have to use any tail ballast ballast weight, and so I can get the CG that I want without having to use any tail ballast weight, and keep the plane as light as possible. Keep the plane as light as possible. Okay, so let's come back around and put it on the ground, and then check our battery. We've already had it in the air for 5 minutes. Check our battery and see if we're going to get the amount of flight time doing mixed mode flying that I was looking for. I've still got it in gyro mode here. Alright, so let's get that. Check the battery voltage. I've had it in the air for 5 minutes and 24 seconds, so almost 5.5 minutes before I got it on the ground. Almost 5.5 minutes. Ooh, look at that. 3.77. 3.77. So, I had it in the air for 5 minutes and 24 seconds, pushing it pretty hard. That was just with the little GNB 2S 350 milliamp hour LiPo. That is an 80C that just weighs 21 grams. And it looks like using that battery with these motors and these props, I'm going to get about 8 minutes of flight time doing mixed mode flying, you know, pushing it pretty hard at least half of the time. That is better than what I was shooting for. Alright, that's a wrap on this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in the TinkerzLab.